You know that scene from the Bible, right? A cosmic battle, a massive dragon getting thrown out of the sky. It's incredibly dramatic. But what if we've been picturing it all wrong? What if the casting down of Satan wasn't so much a physical fall, but a legal defeat in the highest court in the universe? Let's dig into the evidence for this incredible courtroom drama in the heavens. All right, so this whole thing kicks off right here with this amazing declaration from heaven in Revelation chapter 12. This one verse is the key. It announces that the accuser has been cast down. Now, you've got to zero in on that specific title, accuser. It's the critical clue that unlocks what's really going on here. So let's totally reframe this story for a minute. Instead of picturing a physical war with angels and dragons, I want you to picture a cosmic legal case. This isn't about might, it's about right. It's a heavenly courtroom drama with the fate of all humanity just hanging in the balance. Okay, so the villain's actual title here, it is so important. The Greek word that's used is kategor. And this isn't just some generic term for a bad guy. No way. This is a straight-up legal term. It means accuser, or even better, prosecutor. His whole job, his entire identity in this scene, is that of a legal opponent bringing charges before a judge. This really lays out the two completely different ways of looking at this event. The traditional view? It sees a physical fall, a rebellious angel chucked out of heaven way before Adam and Eve ever showed up. But the view we're exploring, the one based on all this legal language, it paints a totally different picture. It's a prosecutor being disbarred, stripped of his authority to accuse, at the exact moment Christ won the victory on the cross. It's not a story of rebellion. It's the story of a legal case being permanently and powerfully overturned. Now, to really get why this legal victory was such a profound, game-changing moment, we have to look at the prosecutor's track record. What was his role before the cross? Where did he even get the legal standing to accuse anyone in the first place? Well, this legal history actually goes back for centuries. It all starts in Eden, where Satan uses deception to steal humanity's legal rights and dominion. Then, you fast forward to the book of Job, and what do we see? We see him exercising that stolen access, standing right there before God to bring charges against people. And then again in Zechariah, he shows up to accuse the high priest Joshua. Now, he gets rebuked, sure, but here's the kicker. He's still there. He still has access to the heavenly court. So, for centuries, his primary weapon wasn't fire and brimstone. Nope, it was legalism. He was this constant legal nag at the throne, relentlessly using humanity's failures, our sins, as evidence in his ongoing case against us. And because of the law, his accusations actually had merit. But then, the cross. And everything changes. This is the moment the gavel comes down and the case is dismissed. The legal battle for humanity is won once and for all. Just listen again to that heavenly announcement. It says, now is come salvation. The original Greek word for now is arti, and it doesn't mean soon or someday. It means right now at this very moment. This is like a breaking news alert from heaven announcing a victory that has just happened. So what are the immediate results of this incredible verdict? First up, salvation. And notice, it's not announced as some future hope, but as a present accomplished reality. The cosmic debt has been paid. In full. Second, strength. Because the accuser has been silenced, God's people are no longer defined by their weaknesses or their failures. Not at all. Instead, they are empowered by the victory that was won on their behalf. Third, the kingdom. This legal victory signals that God's reign has officially and decisively broken into the world through Christ, establishing a brand new authority. And finally, power, or maybe more accurately, legal authority. The authority that Christ holds is now fully established. It's totally uncontested in the heavenly court, which renders all other claims completely invalid. So we've got this incredible four-part declaration from heaven, all happening in a single moment. But the whole thing, it all hinges on that central phrase, the accuser is cast down. So let's decode what that really truly means. Yeah, this is the key question, isn't it? If this isn't about a physical body falling through space, what on earth does cast down signify inside a courtroom? It means he was stripped of his authority, his legal standing was revoked, his access to the throne of God to make accusations was permanently denied. In the heavenly court, the prosecutor was officially and permanently silenced.
The Greek verb here is ablithe. And while, yeah, it can mean was thrown, in a legal context like this, it signifies a decisive removal from a position. The best way to think of it is like being disbarred. Colossians 2:15 says that Christ spoiled principalities and powers, basically disarming them, stripping them of their legal weapons, and making a huge public spectacle of their defeat.
Now, this is a fascinating bit of theology for sure, but it is not just ancient history. This verdict has profound and really practical implications for how believers can live today. The Apostle Paul understood this legal reality perfectly. He asks this powerful rhetorical question in Romans chapter 8. Who can bring a charge against God's elect? And the implied answer is absolutely no one. Why? Because the chief prosecutor has been thrown out of court. If he has no standing, no lesser charge could possibly stick. The case is closed.
So, what are the key takeaways from all this? First, Satan's power was primarily legal, not just physical force. Second, the cross wasn't just a sacrifice. It was a legal victory that disbarred him. This fulfilled that ancient prophecy that the serpent's head, his authority, would be crushed. The result for the believer is zero condemnation and the empowerment to enforce that victory in our own lives.
And this really brings us to our final provocative thought. If the heavenly court has declared the accuser officially and eternally silenced because of the finished work of Christ, then whose voice of condemnation, shame, and accusation are you still allowing to have a say in your life?